I have heard you say that it is hard to watch your movies from the 90s because you look back and you think to yourself, man, that was such a damn good time. And that was one of the happiest you have been in your life. If you could do it again, okay, do you think because of the fame that you had at so young when you come to MTV and everything's just kind of hitting you at once, do you think you had mentioned that when you hit your 30s too, it was almost like you didn't have time you weren't ready to grow up. You didn't know if you were ready to be in that transition to now becoming a man. Do you think a lot of that is because you didn't have the time to do that because you had so much coming at you so fast at an early stage?
Definitely. The rhythm of my life was a lot different than most people's rhythm. I mean, usually you go to high school, you go to college, you get a job, and you develop into, and then like your 30s or 40s is kind of when you, maybe even your 40s or 50s is when you kind of hit your, you know what I mean? Hit
Right.
your thing, where you're the man. And so I hit my thing such an early age. So yeah, so I kind of came down, in my 30s. And my 30s is when I really started to grow up. My comedy got a lot better. I got a lot more relatable, and I just let some time pass. And then I did Pauly Shore is Dead, which to me was one of the best films that I've ever done, because I just thought I just thought the tone of it, and I just really, if you watch Pauly Shore is Dead, it's like my muse at the time of what I was going through. But to me, that's when I grew up, and that's when I felt like, that's when I became a man. A lot of people become a man at 13 for the bar mitzvah. I became it, in my 30s.
So do you wish looking back on it though, that maybe you had a little bit longer to go through what some would say a normal life before all of that hit you? For example, I look at a guy like a Justin Bieber. I used to work at a hotel where he would stay at when he was really, when things were really going south for him. He had a drug issue and all that stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, watching this guy, he's so young. And he has no time to really mature, the normal way, some would say, to where he walks outside and he's under this microscope, so he can't really go through the struggles the way someone normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish you still had some more years, or were you happy with how fast it took place? Because you were a young kid when the whole MTV thing popped off.
Yeah, I wasn't as young as Justin Bieber, though.
That's true. That is true.
I was in my 20s. This whole run was my 20s. So I was on MTV like when I was 22, 23, around that time. So, but yeah, I agree with you. I mean, looking back, maybe it would have been better if I would have hit my 30s, but it just didn't happen. It was, woulda, coulda, shoulda,
When you look at a movie like Encino Man, when things were really just popping off, is there any type of worry as far as, okay, this could go south at any point? I'm at the highest of the highs right now. Do you worry about that when you're that high up?
Pauly,
I'm making you think a little bit today, no? I mean, I know this is your sixth interview, but I really hope that I'm making you think a little bit about this, Paul.
Yeah, but you just interrupted I was going to say something really profound, but now you fucked it up.
Say something profound, by all means.
I got to breathe for a second. I got to breathe for a second and rethink what you fucking asked.
Yeah, take a big sip of your gin and tonic right now and think about it a little bit, okay?
First of all, I'm not dipping a sin.
Yeah, the 6 other people watching this chat now may be in a rush. I'm not in a rush.
Okay, anyways. So ask me the question again.
Oh.
No, but you gotta reframe it. You gotta reframe it. People, you gotta reframe it. Go back.
Were you ever worried with how good things were going, that at any point things can go south? You set the bar so high at such a young age. Is it hard to maintain that and keep it high up?
I wasn't thinking about that so much. I was just doing the work.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about the strategic part of, oh, what if I do this? This is going to happen. I'll do that. It was like, I love to work. I love to make people happy. I love to do movies. I love to go on stage. I love to do my podcast. I don't like to do this interview. But besides that, no, I'm just kidding. No, I like to work.
Okay. Tell me how you really feel, by all means.
No, I like to work. That's where I got from my mom and my dad. My mom is a workaholic. My dad was a workaholic. You know, I only have so much time on this earth. You know, I like to spend my days creating. You know, that's what I like to do. You know, and so when I was doing Encino Man, again, it was an opportunity that came down my lane when I was off of MTV, and the script could have easily gone south. It could have
Right.
easily tanked. I didn't know. I was just wanting to go and act on camera, and I wasn't thinking as much, you know, about stuff as I did when I got older. When I got older, you know, you know, there were things that got offered to me that maybe I shouldn't have done it.
Right.
I shouldn't have done my sitcom on Fox. I shouldn't have maybe done Biodome. Believe it or not, Biodome was a flop.